very pleased with the effort. I thought we were tremendous on defense all night, keeping them out of really their comfort zone, and we kept a good contest, and we gobbled up rebounds. We knew that we had to do that if we wanted to be successful in this game. So really executed the game plan well, and enough can't be said about these two young men, but Alex specifically right now. I mean, it is anytime you leave your collegiate program in any category, it's amazing, and to do it in the rebounding. It's just fantastic, and I joked with him at the end, joked with all the guys, man, he was really hunting them at the end. He was really hunting them, but he always does, and so, just it's an honor to have been here for every single one of his rebounds, and he's going to put a lot of distance in that record book for sure. And then Tavon, I thought there was a stretch there in the second half where it was just, he might have been shorter than the guys he was going up against, but he was getting them and had some extraordinary finishes. And so thought, we executed, defensively and offensively. We made a lot of extra passes, got a lot of open looks, and obviously shot the ball really, really well. So, when you defend like that, rebound like that, and shoot the ball like that, you're going to play pretty well.
Alec, you got that last rebound, your career high in rebounds. They didn't announce it or anything, but the Valpo fans went crazy. I mean, they knew. What does it feel like when you get a standing ovation? Really, they didn't even announce it. They knew what was going on.
It's cool. I could sit here and talk about how, got a lot more games to play. I'm not worried about that. I'm just glad we won. But the more and more it kind of hits me, it's like that's kind of my record right now, and I have a chance to make it mine for a long time. And I joked with them, I was like, thank you for missing a lot of shots for me. And I even told Jay, too, this is the only time I ever tell somebody don't rebound with me. We were on the free throw line, I was like, if he misses the second one, let me get it. he looked at me and he's like, yeah, I got you, don't worry about it.
I mean, there are a lot of times the ball's rolling out of bounds, and normally you let it go. But I mean, as Coach said, were you just wanting to get it done tonight?
I was pumped up for this game for other reasons, just based on what happened to us last March, and then coming off of a couple games where we were finally starting to play well again. I think everybody was kind of a little pumped up, more warm-ups to be back at home against the team that was in first place, and I had a little more energy. I was chasing things down. It's just how I like to play the game, and you guys can think it was a little extra effort that probably wasn't needed, but it's it's my record, so I'm gonna stick with that.
Tavon, these guys got you in the conference tournament last year. You were able to play in that game just a little bit, but just how nice is it to come in here and get these guys that were undefeated?
Felt good. Felt good to get them back, even though I didn't get to play against them. It was good to fight with my guys.
Tavon, you can obviously appreciate good rebounding. What about Alec? Just the way he was attacking the ball, and to have that record, just what's it like through your eyes?
He got a record tonight, but it's what we see every day. It's not a record or not. It's how he is in practice and every game, so it's nothing new to us.
Alec, you mentioned what happened last year. Is there any talk of, in the locker room today, of revenge or unfinished business?
I think me, along with the guys returning, we, talked about it at shoot around and talked about it yesterday at practice. Like, hey, I've been waiting for this one. I know you guys have been waiting for this one too since last March. And, you try to move forward. You try to, I think we have a new team now, but, the reality is they're also sitting in first place. They're a team that has, for what it looked like, ruined our season last year. And there's always that extra special, not hate, but that extra special energy that you get from that, and that extra special motivation.
Coach, it's human nature to have that, right? Is that something you kind of want these guys to live in a little bit, or do you acknowledge it yourself?
Yeah, look, broke our hearts last year. There's no doubt about it, and you remember that for sure. But I also think the experience that we had, was awesome too. So, as a coach, I'm always looking for stuff that can be motivational, and we're a new team, but we do have some key members that are back from last year's team, and so there are moments to reflect on that and push buttons if we need to. But again, I think the bigger picture was, we had the first place team coming into our building, and we had goals of winning this league, and we had to win this game to contend for it. And so, and we did that, and I was very pleased with our intensity, our focus, and our effort.
Alec, to be tied for first place with only one other team after some results the last couple weeks, after that Oakland loss, to be in this position, what's it like to be in this stage at, a third of the way through?
We got a lot more games to play, and we have a lot to work on. In order to win this league, there is some stuff that we need to sharpen up at, we need to get better at. I love seeing 17 assists, 8 turnovers. I think Green Bay's a team that really gets after defensively. In the past, we'd struggle with pressure, and I think handling it like that and seeing guys like Max, and Tavon with 3 assists, no turnovers, 5 assists, no turnovers. I mean, it's the step in the right direction that we need going forward. So, I mean, we're in this position right now, and we're hoping to, hopefully extend and win some more games because, in order to win this league, you have to protect your home court like we did tonight.
You probably had the best view of the house for Kaiser's dunk. You seemed to let out a pretty good emphatic yell after he threw that one down. Just what did you see on that play?
He's just, I wish you guys could see him full time. He is literally bouncing off the walls. He's got the most energy of anybody I've ever seen. I thought after we'd start practice, he would eventually wear out and calm down, and he hasn't. So to see him kind of unravel on the break, and I knew that he was going to try and, jump to the roof, and it's funny. It was more funny to me than anything because just knowing him full time and what he's like on a daily basis, I'm happy for him.
Coach, is this a game that Micah needed? Hit some of those shots there?
Yeah, no. I mean, again, Mike has had great performances in practice, and he's had his moments in games. I thought this was his best complete game, and it's good seeing the ball go in the rim. I know that he's been putting in the work, so it's not a surprise. I've told you guys countless times that he puts a lot of effort into practice and extra time, and so it's not a surprise. I mean, we have high hopes for Micah. We recruited him to be a playmaker and make shots, and he did that tonight.
Alec, can you just touch on Micah really quick and just kind of, do you have any words of wisdom? Actually, Alec or Tavon, do you guys have any words of wisdom for a freshman who's going to go through some struggles there?
It really helps that he's able to see a guy like Lexus, a guy like Max in practice and go against them when they guard him and be able to see and learn that way because, he's such a talented player and a glimpse like tonight, how he played tonight is just a glimpse of, what he's able to bring to this team and, the more that he goes against, he looks so comfortable out there today, handling that pressure, bringing the ball up the floor. That's all you can ask for in a freshman point guard is to have a little composure to get the ball up the floor and get you an offense. And he had that tonight, and he's every step he's getting more comfortable, and that's what we need out of him.
Coach, their top 3 guys average 35 points a game. You held them to 13. Just, we're going to focus on Alex rebounding, Tavon's double-double, but your defense tonight, just how key was that?
It was good. We talked a lot about it. They get a lot of those points in transition. So obviously when you're making shots, they have to take the ball out from underneath the rim, so that helps. But I thought we got back and kept a contested hand up. And, unfortunately, they missed it, and we were able to get rebounds, limit them to 1 shot.